You know, every night I go to bed telling myself tomorrow's a new day, and every morning I wake up saying, today I'll be happy. But somewhere between waking up and going to bed again, Mr. Sad and Lonely sneaks in and grabs me. And no matter how hard I try, I can't shake him off. Suddenly, resentment oozed over Martin like a quart of molasses in a pint jar. Finding that violin was about the best thing that had ever happened to him. He had come here ready to share his good news with his closest friend, and there she sat in a red bathrobe crying for no good reason. "I found a violin," he blurted out. Wileen stopped fanning and looked at him. "A what?" "A violin." They stared at each other for a minute. The fan whirred soothingly back and forth. Frankie crooned on about strangers in the night. Wileen sat up. The sag in her shoulders lifted. "Where?" "Pickens, in a pawn shop." "Well, I'll be." Funny, now that he had told her, Martin didn't know what to say next. "Well?" Wileen said, dipping her head slightly in anticipation. "Well?" Martin looked around the room. He had thought so much about that violin, but sitting here in Wileen's trailer actually talking about it made him realize that most of his thoughts had been fantasies, crazy little dreams that were about as far away from reality as an acorn from an oak tree. "Well?" Wileen said again. "Well, I don't know." "What do you mean you don't know?" Wileen looked at him like he was some kind of lunatic or something. He was beginning to wish he hadn't told her. "I mean, I don't know," he said a little louder. "Well, don't you see? That's the perfect instrument for you, Martin." Wileen stood up. "I don't know why I never thought of it before. It's much better than the piano. It's small. It don't take up a bit of space. You could keep it right under your bed. And you can play all kinds of music on it. It's practically the sweetest sounding instrument there is.